Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. I'm your humble Picasso. Thanks for joining in. Welcome back to another episode of Inspirational Sundays. This is episode 13 in season 2, and we're going to continue reading from the book of Proverbs. We're reading Proverbs 5 and Proverbs 6 today. So without further ado, as always, I'm your humble Picasso. Let's dive in. So here we have Proverbs chapter 5. And it's titled Warning Against Adultery. So we'll start with verse 1. My son, pay attention to my wisdom. Turn your ear to my words of insight, that you may maintain discretion and your lips may preserve knowledge. Verse 3. For the lips of the adulterous woman drip honey, and her speech is smoother than oil, but in the end she is bitter as gall. Sharp as a double-edged sword, her feet go down to death, her steps lead straight to the grave. She gives no thought to the way of life, her paths wander aimlessly, but she does not know it. Verse 7. Know then, my sons, listen to me. Do not turn aside from what I say. Keep to a path far from her. Do not go near the door of her house, lest you lose your honor to others and your dignity to one who is cruel. True words. Verse 10. Let strangers feast on your wealth and your toil enrich the house of another. At the end of your life you will groan. When your flesh and body are spent, you will say, how I hated discipline, how my heart spurned correction. I would not obey my teachers or turn my ear to the instructors, and I was soon in serious trouble in the assembly of God's people. Verse 15, drink water from your own cistern, running water from your own well. Should your springs overflow in the streets, your streams of waters in the public squares, let them be yours alone, never to be shared with strangers. Verse 18, may your fountain be blessed, and may you rejoice in the wife of your youth. And Verse 19, a loving doe, a graceful deer, may her breast satisfy you always. May you ever be intoxicated with her love. Why, my son, be intoxicated with another man's wife? Why embrace the bosom of a wayward woman? For your ways are in full view of the Lord, and he examines all your paths. Verse 22, the evil deeds of the wicked ensnare them. The cords of their sins hold them fast. For lack of discipline, they will die, led astray by their own great folly. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's continue. Let's jump to, those are some deep, strong words. I hope you read along with me, or, at least understood what they were saying. But yeah, those are some deep words right there, man. Some very stern, strong, straight to the point guidelines, basically, of risk and reward, Yeah, okay, let's continue. Proverbs 6 titles Warnings Against Folly. Start with verse 1. My son, if you have put up security for your neighbor, if you have shaken hands in pledge for a stranger, you have been trapped by what you said, ensnared by the words of your mouth. So do this, my son, to free yourself. Since you have fallen into your neighbor's hands, go to the point of exhaustion and give your neighbor no rest. Allow no sleep to your eyes, no slumber to your eyelids. Free yourself like a gazelle from the hand of the hunter, like a bird from the snare of the fowler. Verse 6. Go to the ant, you sluggard. Consider its ways and be wise. It has no commander, no overseer or ruler, yet it stores its provisions in summer and gathers its food at harvest. How long will you lie there, you sluggard? When will you get up from your sleep? A little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest, and poverty will come on you like a thief, and scarcity like an armed man. Wow. Verse 12, a troublemaker and a villain who goes about with a corrupt mouth, who winks maliciously with his eye, signals with his feet, and motions with his fingers, who plots evil with deceit in his heart, he always stirs up conflict. Verse 15, therefore disaster will overtake him in an instant. He will suddenly be destroyed without remedy. Wow. Verse 16, there are 6 things the Lord hates. Oh, here we go. 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies, and a person who stirs up conflict in the community. Right there, these right here, these are, wow. I love this. This right here, that right there. Save that, write that down, keep that. Okay, let this be a guideline, along with many of the other rules in here that God has set for his people. But yeah, I got to read that again. Verse 16, there are 6 things that the Lord hates, 7 that are detestable to him. Haughty eyes, I got to look up that word haughty. I'm not really sure what that means. Let's see, can I do some type of, I don't want to, can we go over here? Let's look haughty. Haughty says arrogantly superior and disdainful. A look of haughty, disdainful. Okay. Arrogantly superior. Okay. Let's see. What does being haughty mean? Let's take a look at here. Blatantly and disdainfully proud, having or showing an attitude of superiority and contempt for people or things perceived to be inferior. Haughty aristocrats, haughty young beauty. Okay, so highty-tighty. That's what we say in Jamaica, highty-tighty. You feel like you're all that. You know what I'm saying? Highty-tighty. To all the real Jamaicans out there, Caribbeans, you guys know highty-tighty. So I think that's what the word came from, haughty. But of course, being Jamaican, we say highty-tighty. So haughty eyes. So somebody who believes that they're just better than the rest. So haughty eyes, a lying tongue, hands that shed innocent blood, a heart that devises wicked schemes, feet that are quick to rush into evil, a false witness who pours out lies. There's a lot of those going around these days with all this corona stuff. A lot of people out there bearing false witness and all these type of stuff and pouring out a whole bunch of lies, but that's for another video. We won't get into that today. And a person who stirs up conflict within the community. That's a good one right there. So I really like that. We're still in Proverbs chapter 6. We just finished that one, which was warning against follies, which is from verse 1 to verse 19. Excuse me. And now we're going to continue with verse 20, and this one is warning against adultery. So we're going to start with verse 20. My son, keep your father's command and do not forsake your mother's teaching. Bind them always to your heart, fasten them around your neck. When you walk, they will guide you. When you sleep, they will watch over you. When you awake, they will speak to you. For this command is a lamp, this teaching is a light, and correction and instruction are the way of life. Verse 24, keeping you from your neighbor's wife, from the smooth talk of a wayward woman. Do not lust in your heart after her beauty, or let her captivate you with her eyes. For a prostitute can be had for a loaf of bread, but another man's wife preys on your very life. Whew. Another man's wife preys on your very life. Okay, it could be another man's girlfriend, love interest, etc., etc. But I mean, once you are, married and you have your spouse, that's it, man. You're locked in. You know what I'm saying? As you see here, another man's wife is gonna prey on your very life, bro. Nah. I'm good, homie. Number 27, verse 27. Sorry. Can a man scoop fire into his lap without his clothes being burnt? No. Can a man walk on hot coals without his feet being scorched? Verse 29. So is he who sleeps with another man's wife. No one who touches her will go unpunished. a man sleeps with another man's wife, a wife sleeps with another wife's husband, etc., etc. Both ways. It's not just man. That's just how it's been worded, but it goes for both genders here, husband and wife. Verse 30, people do not despise a thief if he steals to satisfy his hunger when he is starving. Yet if he is caught, he must pay sevenfold, though it costs him all the wealth of his house. But a man who commits adultery has no sense. Whoever does so destroys himself. Blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. Whoa, his shame will never be wiped away. Never is a very strong word, so to be used there, it's it's not a joke. It's no joke. So blows and disgrace are his lot, and his shame will never be wiped away. That makes sense though. For jealousy arouses a husband's fury, and he will show no mercy when he takes revenge. Verse 35 and the last, he will not accept any compensation. He will refuse a bribe, however great it is. Wow. Strong stuff, man. Strong stuff. So Proverbs chapter 5, Proverbs chapter 6, a lot of strong, like no wiggle room things in these two chapters we just read here. And I mean, they make sense, right? You got to think about everything before making any big decisions in your life. You should always pray, take it to God, let him lead you, so you don't end up falling to some of these traps out there, because there's a lot of traps out there. I'm a young man, I'm telling you, there's a lot of traps out there, man. I've fallen into traps before, and thank God I made it out. I'm still here. I got my family, got my kids. I'll never be trapped again by the grace of God. And God is good, man. If I can turn around, anybody can turn around, and that's saying a lot. I mean, I'm not saying I was terrible or anything like that, but God saved me. I was a bit terrible. But anyway, that's off topic. As always, your humble Picasso here. Thanks for joining in episode 13, season 2, Inspirational Sundays. Hope you enjoyed reading along or listening. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about these two chapters here. And if you haven't watched the video or anything, you just want to go read it for yourself, which I do recommend, Proverbs chapter 5 and chapter 6. Go ahead and do so. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. As always, your humble Picasso. I'll see you next Sunday. Peace. I'm out.